Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you're tuning in from. My name is Michael Mystico, and we are a few minutes away between going to be an intense matchup here between the Rutgers University Scarlet Knights and the University of Buffalo Bulls. Both of these teams right now are tied with 7 points for first place. So I remember this matchup about 2 years ago, calling these games, and it was chippy then. So now both teams have certainly improved since then. Both teams want to get that first seed. Those first 2 seeds get a bye in the playoffs. I know we're looking far ahead, but playoffs are right around the corner, and they'll be here before you know it. This Rutgers Scarlet Knights will close out their first semester after the Thanksgiving break against Robert Morris. They will have 2 games against them, 2 games against these Bulls, one here tonight, of course, and then one tomorrow afternoon with a 2:45 puck drop Eastern time. So we are wrapping up our warm-ups here, and I'm excited for this one. I have to tell you, I talked to both coaches beforehand. I've seen the players on both teams, a little pep in their step. Both teams have some pep in their step. Both teams have a lot of energy, and I think that comes right from the coaches. The coaches, both with high energy, they are feeding into these guys, and both teams are buying in. They're fighting for first place, so a lot to play for here tonight. So we will see how this game goes, but expect a good one, an all-time classic here I am expecting tonight between Rutgers and University of Buffalo.
starting lineup. At forward, number 20, Brandon Griffin. At defense, number 2, Luke Sackhouse. At center, number 3, Ryan Peterson. At forward, number 10, Jack Gallagher. At defense, number 67, Ryan Stopa. And in goal, number 30, Gavin Crozen. And for your Iceman starting lineup, at forward, number 44, Garrett Catt. At defense, number 40, Connor Reagan. At center, number 34, Patrick Fitzgibbon. At forward, number 13, Jack Turner. At defense, number 17, Roche Nisangara. In goal, number 33, Marcus Palata. Please rise and remove your hats if possible for the playing of the national anthem.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you're tuning in from. My name is Michael Nistico. If you are just tuning in and missed the pre-show, we have it's going to be an intense one. Let's just say what it's going to be. I called a game with these two teams a couple years ago, and it was shippy. Now, these teams have something to play for. These teams are tied for first place. They are playing for first, and I know it's a little bit of a ways away, but you know, those playoffs come up quick. The first two seeds get a bye, so these games here in November, you're going to be talking about those when playoffs come around, all right? So Rutgers University Scarlet Knights in their home reds, University of Buffalo Bulls in their away whites. In net for the Bulls tonight, it's number 30, Gavin Kreitzer. And between the pipes for the Scarlet Knights is 33, Marcus Paltouf. And we're underway. Bulls win the opening draw. Spoke with both coaches before the game. Both of them have a lot of jump. They're really feeding into these guys on both locker rooms. I was outside of both of them, and they were bumping, let me tell you. So this game is going to fall nothing short from a physical matchup, certainly, as we see it already with a big hit there and a good block by Nissan Garachi as the Scarlet Knights push forward. It's Turner to his backhand. Has to protect and stop, throws it in front, but it was deflected off to the near boards into the corner. Bulls trying to get it out, but strong forecheck from the Scarlet Knights. Good play there from Garrett Cada, who dumps the puck in, goes for a change. Good hustle from Dale Campbell. Steals the puck away. Loses it for a moment, tries a wraparound off the side of the cage. Still with it, now out to the point, but could not connect with Ryan Butchko, number 88, on the blue line for Coach Joe Dixon and the Scarlet Knights. Butchko brings the puck out of his zone, passes it up to Campbell, who brings it to the blue line, gets it sliced away. Strong forecheck early on, and again, I mentioned it, checking physicality early on as there's a big hit in the corner, and we're going to have some get-together pleasantries early on. Mild for now. Let's see how the intensity heats up here. Face-off will be to the left of Paltoof, who made that last save right into the midsection. Missed pass there, and it's a 2-on-1 opportunity the other way for Rutgers. A chance into the slot for Walknachter, but it was just out of his reach. Rutgers again stay heavy on the forecheck. Nissan Garachi wrists one in from the blue line. Nissan Garachi switched to defense, as well as Connor Reagan. They're the pair. Oh, and a chance in the slot. The net is off its moorings, but play continues as the Bulls take it out of their zone and move forward. To the corner, around a backhand pass was stolen away by the Scarlet Knights. A chance the other way. Breakaway, good back check there to deny a clean opportunity. We'll see if there's no penalty. Askin came in with a lot of speed, but good, strong back check from the Bulls. Again, to deny a clean chance. Still got a shot on Kreitzer. And we do have a penalty. We have our first penalty of the game. It's Gavin Dock who will sit. I believe that was for a hook. So power play opportunity here early on. Just 2:15 into the game here for the Scarlet Knights. Tie up on the draw. Bulls come up with it. Hard around the boards and out just past the reach of Fitzgibbon. Paltoof will come out and stop it for his power play to get to work. Here comes Campbell across the blue line. He gets some speed, a chance in front, and they score! Power play goal for Rutgers. 1-0 early. Power play goal for Patrick Haynes, leading the charge. It's been all Rutgers early on, drawing the penalty. Shots are 5-1, and now they have a 1-0 lead early into this first period. Lots of game to go, but that is the right start that Coach Joe Dixon wanted. Rutgers win the draw after the goal from Haynes on the power play. That's chipped in at the red line. Kreitzer comes out to slow it down for his D-men. But again, this stingy forecheck forces a turnover. Chance into the slot, but it was poked away. Nissan Garachi joins the play, throws one in front. Butchko's shot low, gloved and covered up by Kreitzer. Face off to the left of Kreitzer. It's won by the Bulls. And they move out. No one was there for the backhand pass from Jack Gallagher. Rutgers moves out. They have numbers if they hurry. A 3-on-2. Cross ice. Dumped in, back out to the point. Nissan Garachi steps up. Wrist shot, scores! On a deflection in the slot. Nissan Garachi shot it low, and it was a beautiful tip right in the slot from Colin Smargan. 2-0 Scarlet Knights. Bulls win the draw after conceding their second goal here in the first period. Back and forth in the neutral zone. Neither team able to get the puck on their stick comfortably until Rutgers dumped the puck in. Albrecht does the same after the clearing attempt from Kreitzer. Behind the net of Kreitzer now. Hilliard aggressive on the forecheck. Off the boards and out. Can't connect on the pass off the boards. Albrecht being pressured by two. He banks it off the boards as well and gets the puck out. And then goes for a D change. Bulls catching Rutgers in a change. Shot into the midsection, right into those pads. Closing up the 5-hole was Paltoof, and he stops play. That was Logan Shelton on the outstretched pass there on a chance trying to catch the Scarlet Knights on a change from their defensive personnel. Draw one by the Knights. Butchko behind the net. One-time shot goes wide. Couldn't get all of it on a moving puck. Butchko off the boards and still kept in. That is twice kept in and stolen away. Great playing there by Ryan Steckel, number 67. Dumped in by Haynes, who has the first goal here on the power play tonight for Rutgers. Flipped out. Chance for the Bulls. Odd man rush. Kept out wide. Good play by Butchko to deny any chance on Paltoof. Play continues as Haynes was looking for a call. He dumps the puck in and goes for a change. Just past 5 minutes gone by here in the opening period, and Rutgers already to a 2-0 lead. They've been strong on the forecheck early on, forcing a lot of turnovers as they do so here, but can't connect on a pass from Keita. Keita again on the forecheck, steals the puck away. Reagan from the shot off the high blocker, save, and tried to dive on top of that was Kreitzer, but it was a chance and chipped right over the crossbar. Chance the other way, 3-on-3. Big open ice hit. I talked about it from the top. This is going to be a physical, chippy game, and it has been that right out of the gates. One-time shot by Campbell. It was saved by Kreitzer, and then Campbell took a hit for the trouble. And there's a big hit in return. That was Turner, right in between the benches. Hilliard touches the puck, but there is a penalty. Penalty on Rutgers, I believe, here. See what the call is. It looks like Albrecht might be the guilty party as he's being escorted to the box by the officials. I didn't see a call to the scorekeepers. I'm going to assume maybe it was a trip. It was definitely a tangle up over on the boards, but now it's the Bulls' opportunity on the power play as they win the draw, trying to cut into this 2-0 deficit early into this first period. Back out to the point, down at the goal line. Bulls working on the power play. Try to stuff an attempt, and it was denied by Paltoof. Ice Knights stay physical. Top of the circle to the goal line. Bulls looking to spread out this diamond formation of the Scarlet Knights. Cross ice pass, back to the point. Now to the hash marks. To the point again. Bulls can't find an open lane to take a shot. That one bounces through, loose puck and swatted away by Butchko. Loose stick on the ice. One of the Rutgers defensemen. Chance in front and it goes in. So strong passing from the Bulls leads to a power play goal of their own. It is 2-1 after the power play goal for Alexander Marshulo. good passing that entire time, and that was over a minute. So that was wearing that defense down of the Scarlet Knights, and the Bulls capitalized. They looked to try and even this game up quickly after scoring their first, but it was stolen away and sent out to the red line. Sliced in, Nissan Garachi has to go in and retreat as he's being pressured heavily. Reagan catches the pass off the boards and out, but the Bulls take over. Sakalowski had it for a moment. Big 2 hits in the neutral zone. 1 each team there. Nissan Garachi backhand pass into the corner, but stolen away for the Bulls. They have to go for a slight change. They don't have the numbers. It's a 4-on-2 for the Knights, and they come up with the loose puck. Once again, bank it out of their own D zone. Bulls go for a change. Strong pressure forcing the Scarlet Knights to retreat into their own zone. That's good pressure from Durenja. Hilliard steals that puck away for a moment, and a long pass out to the point was denied, or excuse me, it was out of the reach of Christian Williams. Bulls had to go all the way into their own D zone. They turn the puck over. Behind the net, chance in front, just goes wide. Still with Rutgers. Albrecht keeps it in, gets it down low to the goal line. Back out for Albrecht. Shot was blocked, a good block there from Gavin Dock as Rutgers will dump and change. Strong on the forecheck yet again are the Scarlet Knights. They force a turnover into the neutral zone, and Albrecht will retreat into his own D zone. Long pass. Campbell has it on his stick for a moment. Amezquita comes in to help out. Albrecht, the captain for the Scarlet Knights, retreats into his own zone, but pressure from Douglas forced the turnover. So now it's the Bulls starting to press on the forecheck. Turnover, shot off the midsection and then the helmet, a bouncing puck. Paltouf had it bounce off his helmet and realized it was behind him, and they were able to clear it out of the crease, but still not out of trouble as the puck is still in the defensive zone as Albrecht takes a huge hit in the corner, but Campbell chips it away. Albrecht slow to the bench as he goes for a change. Buffalo moves out. Good play by Cada in the neutral zone. Had to touch up. Bulls do so. Gallagher shot off the high shoulder, and putting a glove on that was Paltouf, covering up for a much needed whistle. Wow, that was a long time without a whistle. A lot of good changes there from both teams on the rush. Bulls win the draw. They keep it down low. They keep it deep at the goal line. Try to get one out to the. Somebody has a whistle. Everyone was confused. Everyone in the stands not sure where that whistle came from. None of the officials blew the whistle. Very strange play. Play continued, nevertheless. Not sure where that came from. Big hit in the corner. Slow to get up, very slow is Ryan Peterson. Looks like he stays in the play though. Bulls have the puck and they're slowing it down behind their own net. 8:45 to go in the first period. It's 2-1 Rutgers lead. They got the scoring started early with 2 of their own, 1 being on the power play, and then the Bulls on their first power play attempt also capitalized on the power play and got this game to within 1. We Sangarachi brings it out of his own zone. He'll join the rush. Shot low. Might have hit off of one of the defensemen as that had a change of direction. Kreitzer had to stay alert. Into the corner. Hilliard scoops it up, sends it around. Sangarachi will chip it up and out of his zone, and they go for a D change. Once again, the Bulls trying to hang up top at the offensive blue line to try and catch Rutgers in another defensive change, so something to keep an eye on as this game continues. Albrecht pressured. That was Armstrong on the pressure there and dumped in by Logan Shelton, 63. A lot of numbers were mixed up for the Bulls as there's a strange hit into the corner. Bulls come out with the puck and move forward. They get to the blue line. Good pressure there from Butchko. But Bulls stay heavy on it. Neither team able to maintain possession until Butchko scooped it up. And now it's out the other way for the Scarlet Knights. Stop, shot, scores! Another deflection goal in front of Kreitzer. And it's back to a 2-goal lead for the Scarlet Knights. It's 3-1. It's Smargan's second of the night. Another deflection goal. .7:02 to go in this first period. 3-1 now for Rutgers. Shots are 12-6 on the scoreboard here in favor of the Scarlet Knights as they have possession after their third goal of the evening, as this will be our first icing of the night off the stick of Butchko. Face-off will be to the left of Paltouf. Draw one by the Knights. Butchko sent it around. Off the boards, but kept in. Off a stick. Off the glove end of Doc. Still with the Bulls. Strong stick for Rutgers to intercept that pass. That was Haynes who had the opening goal tonight on the power play for the Scarlet Knights. Bulls move out. Take the red line, dump it in. Almost on net. Paltouf came out, put a paddle on it, tried to get it into the corner. Couldn't do so. But it's out the other way. Too strong of a pass for Campbell as he couldn't corral the loose puck. 6 minutes to go. Rutgers back into a 2-goal lead after Smargan's second goal of the night. Bouncing puck goes all the way into the zone after Rutgers just cleared the puck in. Hilliard couldn't get the bouncing puck, and the Bulls move out. Even rush, stolen away. Good back check from Alex Seck. Dumped all the way in. The ref had to cover up. Sangarachi backhands one to his partner Reagan. Bouncing puck stolen away. Douglas has it for a moment. He just pokes it into the corner. Reagan sends it around. Case tries to chip it out, can't do so. Off the stick of Hilliard in the slot. Good strong play to prevent any kind of deflection for the Bulls, as we have a whistle here as there's a tangle up right in front of the Bulls bench. No penalties on that play. It was an offside for Rutgers. Draw one by Rutgers as they slow it down in the neutral zone. Butchko will send it into the far corner. Loose puck in the slot, shot, and they score again! 4-1 Scarlet Knights. That was Patrick Fitzgibbon on the goal. 4-1 Scarlet Knights. Draw one again by the Knights, doing a good job on these face-offs here in this first period. Let's go off the boards right in front of us. Stolen away by Peterson, but then stolen away by our most recent goal scorer, Fitzgibbon. No one there for the pass from Haynes. Bulls come up with it and dump it in. That was Gallagher, and he joins the rush to get on the forecheck with Ryan Peterson. Gallagher was ready to blast a shot, but it was stolen away by Cada, and it will go down for an icing with 4:17 to go in the first period. Draw one clean by the Bulls. That was Ryan Peterson. Kept in deep, played with a high stick, but play continues as Rutgers touch it first. Sakalowski pressured in front of his own bench. Good pressure again, continuing from Rutgers as they continue their aggressive push on the forecheck, and starting as early as the neutral zone, stealing pucks away, forcing turnovers. Coach Dixon and the rest of the coaching staff for Rutgers has to be happy with the pressure they've put on, but not going to be happy after they touch the puck because there's a delayed penalty against the Scarlet Knights. But the Bulls have the extra attacker. They move forward, and it's touched up by Rutgers for a penalty. Looked like it was an elbow call for Turner going to the box. Indeed it was. It was an elbow call, and we will see the power play again for the Bulls. Already scored once. That is where they got their lone goal this evening. 1-for-1 on the power play. As there's a tie-up on the draw, Bulls come up with it. And they go to work as they start to pass all around the zone. That's what we saw that first time. All the way across, shot, saved by Paltouf, and then cleared out by Campbell. So an early shot this time from the Bulls, not something that we saw on that first power play attempt. Maybe the element of surprise potentially there. Paltouf gets the big paddle on it to slow it down. He tried to clear it out himself, couldn't do so. Peterson, cross ice. Post to post, but blocks in the slot. Just good clogging the traffic there for the Rutgers PK. Not out of danger yet. Great play from Campbell to go down and block that, and then a nice backhand lofting that one all the way out where Kreitzer has to come out to play it. Halfway through the penalty kill for Rutgers. Doing a good job thus far as Reagan puts a neutral zone hit on. And Fitzgibbon sends it back where it came from. 200 feet away from his goaltender is where you want this on the PK. Bulls move forward. Still 40 seconds to go on their power play. And it's chipped out again. 2 minutes to go in the first period. 30 seconds to go on Buffalo's power play. Not much doing here for the Bulls on this power play chance. A couple of chances, but it was a lot of passing that we saw on the first time that was effective for them, but not able to get some clean passes as there's a big hit. Slash behind the play. There's a tangle up there. Gallagher tangled up dangerously with Hilliard. And it is going to be a penalty. Well, we talked about it. We talked about the chippiness. Coach Dixon screaming to leave it, and they're going to call it anyway regardless. Very wild play that just happened here. So I'm not sure what the penalty was against Hilliard, but it is Hilliard that's in the box. He was tangled up with Gallagher. It was dangerous looking right in front of us at the blue line, but I'm not sure if it was an interference call. It looks like Coach Joe Dixon is confused as well. I thought the official was going to give an explanation, but they did not. Nevertheless, power play again, as the power play had just expired. So it's not a 5-on-3. It's still a regular 5-on-4 power play for the Bulls. It's just a brand new power play for 2 minutes. Will carry over into the second if they don't score here in the last minute of the first period. They bring it in across the ice and slowing down. Backhanded in deep. We're under a minute. Peterson. Shot deflected wide off the skate of Paltouf. He felt it in his skates and he put that pad up against the outside of the cage. Good awareness to just get that whistle with 49 seconds left in this opening period. Bulls win the draw clean. Out to the point. Now to the hash marks. Retreating back to their own point. Now to the opposite circle. Chance in front, and it goes high and out as we got some more going on in front as Paltouf was rushed into, and we got a multi-car pileup in the crease of Paltouf. Paltouf not happy being run into by Durendra. He had some words to say to him. We'll see if any penalties come out of this. It looks like both doors are going to be opened. Gorman for Rutgers and Leahy for the Bulls. Looks like we have two against the Bulls, Leahy and Doc. So let's see what happens here with man advantage now. I'm thinking we'll see some 4-on-4. Officials are going to be busy talking this one over. 36 seconds. I told you from the very top, this game was going to be physical. It's going to be chippy. And would you believe it or not, with 36 seconds left in the first period, and we got a scrum, and there's been a lot of chippiness already, and that's, I would say, the first of many that we'll probably see here tonight. Both of these teams fighting for first place. Bulls showing a little frustration potentially, being down 4-1. So looks like Leahy's now out of the box. We are on the opposite side of the ice, so we can't even hear the conversation with the scorekeepers. I just have to try and put puzzle pieces together. Two officials talking to the scorekeepers, and the other two are with Joe Dixon. And Buffalo's bench is waiting and saying, hey, what about us? We would like an explanation to know what's going on here as well. I'm sure after the explanation to the Rutgers bench, the Bulls will get theirs. The officials gather together again. Nothing's been put up on the board yet. We still got 2 more periods of this, ladies and gentlemen, tonight. And then these 2 teams play again tomorrow. So could get messy if this atmosphere continues to build. Well, music was off for a moment. I thought maybe we're getting an explanation out loud. That would have been a nice change. No, it doesn't look like it. So it looks like there's 5 on the ice for the Bulls, but only 3 for Rutgers. I only saw Hilliard stay in the box. Now it looks like the official telling the Bulls they might have too many. So on the board, it's Paltouf that has the penalty on the board. So it's a 5-on-3 advantage for the Bulls after all of that. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening, but we got 25 seconds to go. 5-on-3 for the Bulls. All that scrum, and Rutgers ended up shorthanded, worse than they already were, as they were killing off the Hilliard penalty. That shot off the shaft of the stick of Paltouf. Can't clear it out. 5 seconds to go in the period. Buffalo's bench screaming to shoot. They continue to pass. Shot goes wide, and that'll do it for the first period. Wow, oh wow. Okay, so 36 seconds will be left to start the second period for Buffalo's 5-on-3 power play. I will try to get an explanation on what the penalties were from that scrum, but Paltouf for Rutgers got a call that put his team on a 5-on-3 disadvantage. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. The sparks are just starting to fly here between Rutgers and Buffalo. welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're moments away from the second period of play between the University of Buffalo Bulls and the Rutgers University Scarlet Knights. So the score is 4-1 after the first 20 minutes in favor of Rutgers. The scrum there at the last 30 seconds or so, we went back and we looked. It was Gorman and Paltouf who got roughing penalties, I would assume, for Rutgers, and it was only Doc who got the penalty for Buffalo. So we're underway. Buffalo has a brief 5-on-3. They bring the puck in now, trying to set something up. 15 to go on the 5-on-3 advantage. Top of the circle, back out to the point. Rotating, try to cross ice, and the shot just went wide. They had Paltouf out of position, but Brian Peterson could not hit the open net as he's looking down right now in frustration as the first penalty has expired. Now we have 47 seconds left of a power play still for the Bulls. Face-off will be to the left of Paltouf. Officials over at Buffalo's bench right now. Not sure what's being discussed over there. Now the officials are getting together. Interesting. What's going on here? Okay, they point at the dot. Yep, we know where the face-offs are. All right. Buffalo wins it too cleanly. It was in between their two defensemen on this power play, and it came all the way out, had to retreat all the way to their own D zone. 30 seconds to go for the Bulls. Fresh sheet of ice. It was too hard of a pass. Butchko got stood up in the neutral zone as he took a big hit. Has the puck on his stick now for a moment, but it was stolen away. Marshulo had it, but it's all the way down. 15 seconds to go on the Bulls power play, and they're 200 feet away from the opposing net they need to score on in this second period. Dumped in at the blue line, just 5 seconds to go. Paltouf thought about coming out, but it kind of died off the boards. Didn't take that lively of a bounce, and we're back to 5-on-5. Traffic in front, off the boards and out. Keita came right off the bench, but that'll go down for an icing. Gorman and Doc now out as they serve their 2 and a whistle. So they will go to their respectable benches. Bulls win the draw. Send it down low behind the net. There's Dovgin battling behind the net with Hilliard. Turnover and then a good block. Reagan turned the puck over and then had to block. We have another penalty coming up here against Rutgers on a hook. I believe that was Garrett Keita who will go to the box. It is indeed Garrett Keita who will go for hooking. So 1:59, not quite 2 minutes gone by here yet in the second period, but Bulls have spent the majority of this period on the power play. A lot of that carryover from the first period scrum, but they have a brand new 2-minute power play as they lose the draw. Rutgers try to pin it behind the net of Paltouf. Comes loose into the near corner as there's a big hit from behind. Play continues. Campbell stays aggressive on the PK, and the Bulls try to slow things down. Back out to the point. Slow, methodical pace here for the Buffalo power play. Cross ice, top of the circle, off the stick, I believe, of Haynes. and it went wide. Still in play for the power play of the Bulls. Trying to push into the slot, couldn't do so, and sliced out, nicely done by Fitzgibbon as the PK goes for a change. Campbell stays aggressive, steals the puck away. Good, strong forecheck on the penalty kill for Rutgers to pin him deep. Well done there. That was Dale Campbell. Good play from Turner to get out the pitching wedge there and just slice that one into the D zone. So aggressive forecheck even on the penalty kill from Rutgers. We saw a lot of that in the first period, and it led to their 4-1 lead that they have here in the second. 30 seconds to go on the Bulls power play as it comes out, but pressure from Hilliard, 21 on 21, as Doc is behind his own net, easy for me to say, as he was pressured all the way back by Hilliard. Chipped up but not out, comes into the far corner. 10 seconds left on the kill for Rutgers. Reagan takes a hit. He still has the puck on his stick. Tried to chip it ahead for Turner. Couldn't do so. Power play is over. Shot, glove saved, but still loose on a big rebound. Right out of the box. It won't be an icing. Askin comes in hard and he spills out. We have a goalie change, I'm just noticing here for the Bulls. It's Ian Tum, number 1, who is now in between the pipes for the Bulls. So it was Gavin Kreitzer, but conceding 4 goals in the first period. He is pulled, and now Tum will be in net for what we would expect to be the remainder of the evening. Bulls have dwindled the shots total to 13-10, still in favor of Rutgers as this one is chipped into the netting out of play. Bulls win the draw, back out to the point. Wrist shot was blocked. And now out, 3-on-2 potentially. No, it's a breakaway. Backhand just sticked away by Tum. So he was tested here early in the second. A couple guys tangled up behind the play, still in at the blue line from Haynes. That was blocked in the slot around the corner. Kept in, and a big reverse hit there as it looked like Dovgin saw Haynes coming. Bulls have it. Sakalowski through the neutral zone to Dovgin. Tried to make a move, but it was sliced away by Albrecht for the moment. Rutgers push forward. Amezquita, wrist shot low off the blocker of Tum, and getting pushed into the net was Michael Chang as the net comes off its moorings. As Chang was taken out, and it looks like the faceoff will be out of the zone. Reagan had something to say to the official, and now it's going to be, look like it's going to be all the way, oh no, one of the officials it looked like was pointing all the way down. Nissan Garachi's trying to say it should be in the zone because Chang was hit into the goalie, but now one of the other officials is screaming at Turner to get off the ice. Not sure what Turner did to that official. Rutgers has, despite being on the guest bench, they are the home team and they have the last change. So I'm not sure what the problem was with the official there, but nevertheless, play continues. Good play. Oh, Reagan crashed into the post. He was hit hard, and he went shoulder first into the post. Reagan is up, and wow, I'm shocked he was up so quickly. That was a brutal shot into the post, shoulder first. Paltouf had something to say too. You know, he was rushed in the first. There's no penalty on that play. No penalty. Wow. So it, you know, I try to not get on the officials. Everybody loves to get on the officials, right? But you know, when you know that this is an intense game, we saw the scrum at the end of the first. You know, the way to get that under the control as an official is you call penalties. If you're allowing something like that to happen, it's only going to get worse. So I'll leave it there. We'll see how the officials go the rest of the game. But Rutgers move out, and it looked like Reagan stayed on the ice. So really good to see for Connor Reagan and the rest of the Scarlet Knights bench to see their leading point scorer on stay on the ice as he was tangled up with there, again looking for a penalty call, and he again takes a hit, this time from Gallagher. Still with Rutgers, had to retreat into their own zone. Saw the hit coming there. I believe that was Nissan Garachi saw it coming. Oh, excuse me, it was Turner, and he puts on a big hit of his own. So, the physicality behind the play, Nissan Garachi going at it, but Keita brings it in, 4-on-2. Reagan, shot goes wide. Hard around boards, and Nissan Garachi had to play it in the neutral zone. Bulls were offsides, but the officials didn't see it as they were in a change. Oh my goodness, so a goal, despite being offside. Oh, that's a sloppy play from Buffalo. And Paltouf is saying it to the goal, to the officials. It was a sloppy change. Nissan Garachi was hit in front of Buffalo's bench. It was too many men. It was offside, and all of that. It's a goal for Buffalo. I didn't see who was on the receiving end of the goal because there was so much going on. But it's 4-2 after a mind-boggling goal for Buffalo. So now the deficit for the Bulls is just 2 as they win the draw after their second goal of the evening as the shot from the point goes wide. Still in, shot, and they score again. Rapid fire from the Bulls. And now it's 4-3. Looks like that's Alexander Jedlicka with the third goal. We'll try and get word on who that second goal was for Buffalo, but things are getting out of control, and Joe Dixon senses it too as he calls his timeout. So we went back and we confirmed the second goal was also Alexander Jedlicka. So Jedlicka with 2 rapid-fire goals. My mic was still muted when Coach Joe Dixon was screaming at the officials after those missed calls, to say the least. So Bulls, after the Rutgers timeout, come forward, and a tough glove save for Paltouf, but he will cover that up. Draw to the right now of Paltouf. Bulls doing a much better job on the face-offs here in the second as they won that one, and they send it into the far corner. That was Sakalowski as he joins the rush and puts on a hit in the corner. Back out to the point, whiffed on the shot, but still with Steckel as he tries to backhand one into the corner off the bouncing stick of Leahy all the way into the neutral zone. Sakalowski has to regroup for the Bulls. Off the boards and swatted in to the zone by Shelton. Rutgers come up with it. They move out. Haynes, nice move. Still being pressured. A little hook on the play. Play continues as the puck is in the near corner. Buffalo flips the puck out. Stays in play. Reagan goes back for it as Haynes put on a big hit on Leahy. Buffalo in the middle of a change. They have the red line. They try to backhand one in, but not that far, as Haynes was there to put a glove on it. Turner goes in on the forecheck as Rutgers is in the middle of the change, so Turner by himself, a lone man on the forecheck. Reagan does a nice job to steal that at the red line, and Turner does so as well. Breakaway chance, Fitzgibbon, shot, save! Tom closes up the 5-hole, and it's a chance now the other way, a 2-on-2 for the Bulls. But Nissan Garachi did a great job to poke that puck away. Reagan sends it up to Keita off the stick, goes to Turner, who brings it in on the backhand as he's pressured, takes a hit in the corner. As we have a whistle, a hand pass. 10.5 to go in the second period. It started this one at 4-1. It is now 4-3, still in favor of Rutgers. But two quick goals, both off the stick of Jedlicka. Shots are 15-14 for Rutgers, so Buffalo has done a great job putting on the pressure, especially here in the second period, to cut that deficit in shots as well as the score. Long outlet pass in the neutral zone. Good play by Reagan to swat it into the corner and keep his man wide. Had to go behind the net until he steals it away. So great play from Reagan to steal it and send it out, where Sek brings it to the blue line and will send an easy one into the glove of Tum and covers up. Draw to the left of Tum. Shulo wins it for the Bulls with a little help from Durenja. Pass in the neutral zone was chipped in there by Douglas. Turnover at the blue line. Bulls have to touch up. Paltouf played it out off the boards all the way down. No icing, as Amezquita, I believe, is the man in there to beat that rush. Oh, excuse me, that was Walknectar. Bulls bring it in. Kept wide again. That time by Albrecht. All the way around. To the point. Shot low. Pad save by Paltouf, but not out of danger yet. Another shot and another save. This time off the shoulder of Paltouf and covered up, as he will put a glove on that and stop the Bulls' momentum as they even the shots now at 16 apiece. Draw one by the Knights, but the Bulls get to it in the corner, and it was chipped out, but still with the Bulls in the neutral zone and now their own defensive zone. Sakalowski's long pass right in front of their bench, and that shot goes wide. That one from Ryan Peterson. Haynes behind his net, try to connect with Butchko, couldn't do so, and the Bulls take it over. So now it's the Bulls putting on the aggressive forecheck as that shot goes right into the midsection of Paltouf as he covers up the shot from Peterson. Bulls win the draw. Out at the blue line. Wrist shot pinballing through some traffic, never got through, but the Bulls come up with the loose puck, and Sakalowski sent it deep. Rutgers come up with it after the battle in the corner. Unable to clear their own zone. The Bulls' strong forecheck. We saw a lot of it on the Rutgers end in the first period, and now it's the Bulls making it difficult for the Scarlet Knights to exit their zone, but they do so effectively there as it's chipped in off of Kata's stick. He's now aggressive on the forecheck and dishes a hit. Rutgers in the middle of a change, and a hustle on the forecheck will draw a penalty as there's some more pushing and shoving after the fact as Kata was tripped up. Shelton will sit for 2 for tripping. A good opportunity here for Rutgers to get some of that momentum back on their side with a power play here as they've seen their 3-goal lead trimmed down to just 1 with 7:44 remaining here in the middle period of play. Tie up on the draw. Bulls come up with it and send it all the way down. Paltoof comes out and stops it, where Reagan will get ahead of steam 200 feet away. He passes it off, but losing an edge, and now a chance shorthanded the other way. Backhand save and a penalty. A hooking call against Rutgers, and there goes their power play. Reagan takes the penalty for hooking. It's 22 seconds into their power play, so we're going to have 5-on-5 hockey for 1 minute 38 seconds, and then a brief power play for the Bulls. Rutgers win the draw, but no one was there as Nissan Garachi lost an edge on the draw, so the Bulls came up with the loose puck, and now Rutgers trying to fight back. Nissan Garachi's tangled up behind the play as he took a pretty nasty hit. This play continues 200 feet away as Garrett Kata is in on the forecheck. Nissan Garachi seems to be okay. It looked like they went knee-to-knee with Durenja. Shot goes wide and all the way around. Still with Rutgers. Turner takes a hit right in front of the official, and another big hit behind the play. Turner being pressured. He was hooked, but play continues. Hooked so much that the stick fell out of his hands, and the official just lets the play continue. And once again, too many men. 6 guys when they're supposed to have 4 on the ice for Buffalo. Again, the sloppy change right in front of 2 of the 4 officials. Pressured in their own zone. That was Sakalowski. Steckel sent it back right in front of the bench. 20 seconds still, a 4-on-4. Bouncing puck, a chance in front, and a great save denying Gallagher of the tying goal. And now it's Rutgers the other way. Haynes dumps it in, takes a big hit at the blue line from Sakalowski. Play the other way, and we're going to get a tripping against Nissan Garachi. Bulls still have it. They're on a brief power play with the empty net as well, as that's blocked, goes into the netting, and they will have a 14-second 5-on-3 after Nissan Garachi will be penalized for hooking, or tripping, excuse me. Tie up on the draw. Bulls come up with the possession. Shot in the slot was blocked by Hilliard, who got a stick on it. Still loose. That shot goes wide and not out. A clearing attempt was denied. One is out of the box. Big wind up and a shot. Big blast by Peterson, but a big pad save by Paltooth. Still in the zone. Bulls still putting on the pressure on the power play. Did not get all of the shot as Doc looks at his stick to see if it was broken, and it was. Looks like the blade snapped, and he could not get all of the shot as he is not happy. Had a golden opportunity at the face-off dot that we're going to see our next face-off at, and he got some pats on the back, says, hey, nothing you can do. It's just equipment malfunction. 1:31 to go on the Bulls power play, 5:07 left in the period. Bulls have scored 2 in this period to get this lead only down to 1 as Reagan takes a high stick, and again, play continues. The Rutgers fans are to my right mostly, and I don't know if the mic has picked anything up, but I've heard a couple of them not happy with some of these missed calls as well. Bulls bring it in. Gallagher, a rolling puck, had to stop it and settle it down. And the power play goes to work as a shot in traffic off the top of the net that actually stays up there, oddly enough, right where the water bottle would be. So maybe a fortunate bounce and a fortunate stoppage there for the PK of Rutgers. .57 seconds left to go on the power play as the Bulls win the draw. They are now in the lead on the shots, 23-16. This one, deflection in front. Paltooth had to make a couple of saves there as it goes into the corner, but not out. Good pressure at the blue line, but it was good tightrope walk from the Bulls power play. That was Williams. Shot was denied, blocked in front, 25 to go on the power play, 4 minutes in the period. Bulls trying to slow it down now. Shot in the slot, that was from Gallagher. He's been buzzing. Williams at the point takes a wrist shot through a lot of traffic, and it hits the end boards as that one is flipped out into the Buffalo bench with 6 seconds left to go on the Rutgers PK. Draw one, too clean again by the power play, and that'll do it for the Bulls power play. So great PK there to hold on to the 1-goal lead by the Scarlet Knights. Bulls are offside, they had to touch up, and it's on the wrong side of where Hilliard was looking as the Bulls take over. Bouncing puck as Cada scoops it up, slows it down for Gorman, who sends it all the way around for Turner at the red line. Sends it all the way into the zone, and Cada scoops it up, off the side of the cage on the shot attempt. Now the Bulls move forward. Chance in the slot. Hilliard, good back check, and we're going to get another penalty. Tum to the bench and covered up. We'll see a cross check against Hilliard. Another power play for the Bulls. 2:51 to go in the middle period. Hilliard's penalty was a cross check as the PK wins the draw for the Knights, and they clear it all the way down. As Tum had to come out and play it, sending it out for his power play. Campbell, good job stealing that puck away. Tried to clear it, but whiffed on it. Chance the other way for the Bulls power play, but it was blocked in traffic. Backhanded out, and Bulls have to regroup. Doc will slow it down on a rolling puck, bringing it all the way behind his net as he will get some speed. With Campbell pressuring. Bulls have to regroup. 2 minutes left in the second. 1:10 on the Bulls power play. Bringing it in is Doc. Sends it into the corner. Peterson and Reagan go after it. Reagan pokes it forward, but the Bulls come up with it. Bulls try to slow things down. D to D, wrist shot from the point, a headhunter. Oh, I believe that might have hit the mask, of Paltouf into the netting. Thought I heard a strange redirect, and it sounded potentially off the mask as he's getting some taps there from his PK in front of him. So 50 seconds now to kill still for the Scarlet Knights. Bulls win the draw. At the point, now to the circle. Cross to the other circle. Back out to the point. Pressured there is at the top of the circle. A hit. Turner tried to get it out but can't do so. Williams keeps it in. Now it's down low. Cross ice, missing all the traffic in front with a lot of bodies in the way. Still kept in by Williams at the point. He makes a move. Brings it to as low as the goal line, bringing it back out to the top of the circles. One-time shot and deflected in front of Paltouf. He got a pad on it. 10 seconds to go, and we're in the last minute of play in the second. Butchko puts on a hit. He's battling two Bulls in the corner. Power play is up against Hilliard. He goes to the bench. Cada jumps on. 45 to go in the period. Hit in the corner. Butchko comes up with it. He's pressured. He loses the puck. Bulls come up with it. Cada's strong on the stick check, and he steals it away. 30 to go. Bulls lose an edge as they tie up in the corner. Still with the Bulls. Cada dishes out a hit. Loose puck in the slot. Shot, scores! And the Bulls tie it up with 18 seconds left in the second period. It's Caleb Leahy with the fourth goal for the Bulls as this game is tied. Draw one by the Knights after conceding the fourth goal here in the game. Askin deflects that one in as he took a big hit from the recent goal scorer Leahy. 5 seconds to go. Bulls still pressuring. Leahy tries to make a move. He stood up, and that will do it for the second period. The frustration behind the play for Rutgers as we are knotted up 4 apiece. That second period was all Buffalo. 29-16 on the shots in favor of the Bulls now, as we have a tie game with 20 minutes of regulation left to go. Don't go anywhere. You're not going to want to miss this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are just a few seconds away here from the third period of play in a brand new game. It is 4-4. That second period was all Buffalo. They came back. They were down 4-1. It was all Buffalo on the shots. It's 29-16 on the shots for Buffalo. Rutgers held to only 3 shots in that second period, but most of that is due to the penalty minutes. They were shorthanded the majority of that second period, which unfortunately for the Scarlet Knights led to them losing that 3-goal lead. Spoke with Joe Dixon, and keeping his cool. He took a while to get off of the ice. He was having a lengthy conversation with the officials, had a lengthy conversation with his coaching staff as well, and then eventually into the locker room with the team, and very cool, calm, and collected, despite conceding those 3 goals and being shorthanded. And after a brutal second period for Rutgers, he said, let's play fast. Let's lock in, move the puck quickly, and get back to being aggressive on the forecheck. That was something that we didn't see a whole lot of because of those penalty minutes. But the emphasis was on playing fast. The big message there that I took away that he really hammered home is this is a brand new game. He said this is a 0-0 game right now. Win a period. He said, win a period. You've done it before. You could do it again. Win a period. Whatever it takes, win this game is the motto right now for Rutgers head coach Joe Dixon. And I was in the locker room for that speech, and the boys are in it. They were, a lot of them are nodding their heads. They're not hanging their heads. They are frustrated. But again, the message from Coach Joe Dixon and the rest of the supporting coaching staff was, don't worry about the officials. Let us, as coaches, worry about the officials. You guys control what you can control. Worry about what you can control in this game, and the win will come, all right? That was the message for the Rutgers locker room in between that second and third period. We're having a lengthy discussion, it seems. Maybe, I don't know. I don't want to speculate anything with the officials having conversations with both benches. Maybe warnings. Who knows? But now we are getting ready for the third period of play, and we're underway. Buffalo wins the draw, and they retreat back to their defensive zone. Take the red line, and Gallagher pushes forward. Sek back on defense now. He's paired up with Butchko, so a couple defensive line juggling, and a goal! It is Buffalo now with the first lead of the game as Ryan Peterson scores the 5th goal for the Bulls and have a 5-4 lead just 19 seconds into the third period. Bulls win the draw. Clock hasn't started. There it goes. A couple seconds late. We'll see if that comes back to affect this game at all. With the way that it's been going, it might. Nissan Garachi backhands one off the boards, but stolen away for a brief moment, and now fully stolen away by the Bulls, but back to Nissan Garachi. So back and forth like a tennis match there in the defensive zone for Rutgers until they just bank one off the boards, and it comes to the Bulls in their own D zone. Sakalowski brings it in. Nissan Garachi swiped it away from him, and it's sent back where it came from. That was number 20, Braden Griffin. Kada gets ahead of steam. Oh, excuse me, that's Reagan. He makes a move, dodging 2 hits as he chips that in and goes for a change as the rest of the team was in the midst of a change as well. Strong defensive zone there for the Bulls to force Rutgers out. They get to the red line and dump the puck in. Haynes behind the net. Nice move there. Backhand shot paddled away easily by Paltouf. That was a nice move by Dorenja. He keeps it in at the blue line. Nicely done. And it's stolen away. Out come the Scarlet Knights. 2-on-2. Big hit in front of the Bulls bench. Walknachter took a big hit in the corner as he went in aggressive on the forecheck. Bouncing puck. It's in his feet. Walknachter comes up with it again in the corner. He's pressured and takes a hit. Out to the point for Nissan Garachi. His wrist shot whizzes past wide of the post. Losing an edge in the corner, and the Bulls will try to clear, but Nissan Garachi doing a great job at the blue line, keeping that puck in. Behind the net of Tum, who came in relief of Kreitzer in that second period. He started the second, he's back out for the third. Didn't see a whole lot, as I mentioned at the top of the period. Only 3 shots, as there's a play behind the play, and oh, there's another 2, 3, 4. How many cross checks behind the play? The initial one was called, and then a few more for good measure, really getting his money's worth on the penalty was Dorenja, who will go for at least 2 minutes. So a big power play now for Rutgers as they are down for the first time in this game. 2 minutes. No, they changed it. 4 minutes. It's a 4-minute power play. So maybe Coach Dixon's conversation with the officials after that second period maybe went his way a little bit there. And Rutgers win the draw as their power play, struggling to keep it at the blue line, was Fitzgibbon. He just sends it in as he took a hit. So a 4-minute power play here, a big opportunity for the Scarlet Knights. Wrist shot, glove save, flash in the leather is Tum, and he stops play. Draw one again by the Rutgers power play. Wrist shot from the top of the circle was blocked. Blocked in the slot, still with Rutgers. Reagan sends it down low. He gets it back at the goal line, now back behind the net. Reagan crashes the net, odd angle shot, still with Rutgers. Down low at the goal line. Reagan's back up at the point. He has it. Sends it back down low at the top of the circle. That was Fitzgibbon. Reagan across, shot, and glove saved again by Tum. So the glove of Tum is on fire right now. So 3-12 still on the double minor for cross-checking, as both teams will go for a change. So a new unit here for Joe Dixon on the power play for Rutgers as they win another power play draw. Out to the point. Tough play, but kept in. Nicely done, Walknachter, just to send it deep as he was being pressured. It's in the corner. Hilliard, backhand, forehand, and diving on top was Tum, and covered up. Keita was there in traffic. Draw to the left of Tum. Tie up on the draw. Bulls come up with it. Hard off the boards. It comes out. Mishap in the neutral zone. Chance the other way. Short-handed. They score! It's Peterson again. Back-to-back goals for Peterson. He had the 5th. Now he has the 6th 2-goal lead. A short-handed goal for Ryan Peterson. Still 2:50 left on the power play, the double minor for Rutgers after conceding that shorthanded goal. They are trailing by 2. All the way in their zone offensively. struggling to try and set up. They're slowing it down now at the top of the circle. Now the point. Reagan's shot pass for Fitzgibbon. Back out to the point for Reagan. Wrist shot was blocked. Good hard block there by Peterson. He's got 2 goals this period and then a good block as he just scored that shorthanded goal. Reagan brings it in. He had it slashed away and then sent all the way down for Paltooth to come out and slow it down for Haynes. 2 minutes left on the power play. Rutgers now down by 2. Campbell brings it in and offside. Tie up on the draw, officials in the way, and the Bulls come up with it on a 50-50 draw. Reagan, good stick to stop that from going all the way down. Wiped away, still in play for Rutgers. Fake shot, takes the shot into the glove again for Tum as he's continuing to flash that leather. Knights have to start looking for a new spot to shoot on Tum as that glove is getting confident. Draw won by the Knights. Wrist shot, deflection, and 2 saves there by Tum on a redirect and then the rebound, and the Bulls clear. Paltooth slows it down. 1:20 to go as Rutgers dumps it in. Reagan gets there first. Missed the backhand pass for Fitzgibbon. Turns in front. Oh, Cada had a wide open net, but he missed the puck. The pass into the slot was deflected, but still kept in by Nissan Garachi as he has the puck at the circle. Back to the point for Reagan. Down low again for Nissan Garachi, who has to avoid a hit. Backhands it behind the net, where Sakalowski will try and slow things down. He does so, and then the Bulls clear. 45 seconds left on the double minor penalty as Reagan goes back for the puck. Hard pass in the feet, and couldn't handle it was Turner, but pushing forward still. That hit off of the side of the cage. Missing everybody, but Butchko was there to keep the puck in. 20 seconds now to go left on the power play. Cada sends it deep. Turner behind the net. He brings it around, and a shot goes through the crease all the way out to the other side for Nissan Garachi. His shot was blocked and out, and the Bulls kill off a double minor penalty. Back to 5-on-5. Big important kill for the Bulls as this clear-in will go into the glove of Paltooth. Shots are 31-21 in favor of the Bulls. Draw to the left of Paltooth. Rutgers win it. Haynes with speed. Nice move to avoid 2. Toe drag, but he lost it. Goes into the corner, but he goes after it. That would have been some move if he was able to pull that off. In the corner, a big, strong battle, 2 each. Rutgers come up with it. Bouncing puck in the slot. Bulls come away with it and exit their D zone, but stopping right in front of the bench. And then a long outlet pass, and it was chipped in to avoid an icing. Try to pass in front there was Marsciullo, but it was blocked. It went behind the net. Marsciullo on his stick. That shot goes right through the crease. Another one. Oh, redirect. That one again off Marsciullo goes wide. Rutgers trying to get out of their zone, can't do so. It's kept in at the blue line. Wind up, slap shot, good block from Smargan. That was a bit of a stinger. He just shook it out and stays into play. Nissan Garachi forces the turnover. Found Walknachter, but he took a hit and lost the puck. That was Marshulo on the hit. Good play the other way. Breakaway. Scores! Rutgers has some life. It's Jack Turner. Rutgers now only down by 1. Still plenty of time, 11:50 to go in this third period. Rutgers with a sign of life here after conceding 5 unanswered, as that shot goes high and wide over the corner of the crossbar from Gallagher. Chance in front, big save by Paltouf. It's still loose in front, taken away and then flipped out of the zone by Fitzgibbon. Keita strong on the forecheck, swatted at it and played with a high stick, the officials say. Draw stays in the O zone for Rutgers. Bulls come up with the draw, only for a moment as it was quickly stolen away. Guy gets taken down, play continues. Bulls move the other way. Nice play by Haynes to not fall for any of Peterson's moves. Knights move forward. Keita takes a shot and keeps it low. Tum closes the pads. And it went into the corner. His play is still underway, but his defense is going to slow things down behind his own net. Chipped up and out right in front of Rutgers bench. Ironically enough, Buffalo was looking for too many men on the ice, but they did not get that call as they come up with the loose puck behind their net. 2-on-2, but a back-checking Hilliard comes back into play and helps out the defense for the Knights. Backhanded in by Mezquita, and then he goes after it, but it was Durenja who was there first. Reagan came in with a head of steam, and he was going to try and keep that puck in, but thought twice. Doc had the puck hit off of his stick, and he keeps it in, out to the point. Shot gets through traffic, and a save by Paltouf. It went behind his net. Bouncing puck. Still with Doc. His shot off the glove. Couldn't hold on to it into the glove as Paltouf had to look at his glove to make sure his equipment was not malfunctioning. Backhanded out. Rutgers touch up. 2 on the forecheck. Hilliard is there. He comes up with the loose puck. He was in there with Sek, who's now going back and forth between forward and defense. There's that strong, aggressive forecheck that we saw in the first from Rutgers and Coach Dixon wanted to see here in the third. Campbell's in on the forecheck with Sek as we approach just 9 minutes to go in the third. Fitzgibbon had it poked away. Campbell brings it in, winds up, slap shot high, rising shot right off the chest, and part of the mask it looked like of Tum. Bulls clear it out. Haynes takes it off of the bouncing boards as he dumps it in. Rutgers go for a change as we're under 9 to go. Rutgers trailed by 1. Rutgers was up 4-1 at one point, and then the second period was all Bulls. Behind the net, the Bulls slow things down. Try to get one into the slot, but it was denied by Keita as he sends it off the glass and out, and then goes after it on the forecheck with Sek. Oh, excuse me, that was Turner who joined him on the forecheck. Behind the net. Calling for the puck. He gets it high, rising shot. That was Griffin who was calling for it, and his shot went high over the crossbar and off the glass. Bulls bring it in. Griffin has it again. Into the slot. Great play from Reagan. Reagan has it. Long pass right off the bench. Shot goes wide by Wachnachter. Still with Rutgers. Shot blocked. That shot was from Askin. Bulls move out. They go for a change, so they're without. Oh, and the official, and you can hear it. I'm sure you can hear it, ladies and gentlemen. The officials, the Rutgers fans are not happy with the late trip call. I do believe that it was a trip, but the official looked like he was going to let that go and kind of thought about it and then put his hand up for the trip against Hilliard. .737 remaining in the last 20 of regulation as Rutgers trail by 1 as they have to kill off another penalty. And Turner goes in, keeps it pinned in the corner. The penalty is Butchko on the board, but I thought it was Hilliard that went into the box, but actually no, Hilliard's on the ice, so Butchko it is. 21 and 81, or and 88 do not look alike, but I do need a new prescription. Bulls move forward. Out wide, into the slot, good poke check there by Reagan, or excuse me, that's Haynes. Great poke check to get that out of play, or excuse me, out of the defensive zone, killing off some more time. No offside, despite the Rutgers bench calling offside. Play continues in the power play for the Bulls, trying to slow things down again. Durenja into the slot shot and a great save right into the chest, the glove, the pads, you name it. All Paltooth on that save. 56 seconds left to kill. 6:33 left in the third. Face off to the glove side of Paltooth. Draw one cleanly by Fitzgibbon and sent out, but glove down at the red line, and then good forecheck from Campbell to fight for that puck to send it the rest of the way down. 45 seconds left on the power play for the Bulls as they slow it down behind their own net, holding on to a 1-goal lead. They move forward. Nissan Garachi couldn't get all of the clearing attempt and a bouncing puck and then covered up. But Nissan Garachi and company were not happy. It looked like Paltooth might have gotten a stick to the mask as he's a little slow to get up here. Might just have to shake off those cobwebs. Paltooth has had a tough game in his crease as he's been run into a couple of times. By friendly fire as well as the Bulls just crashing the net. Bull rushing the net, if you will. Faceoff will come out of the zone. I'm not sure why the faceoff will come out of the zone, but I'm sure Rutgers will take it, no questions asked, as they win the draw, still 25 to kill on their PK. Blocked at the red line. Back and forth. Bulls retreat into their own zone, or D zone. Sakolowski slowing it down. 10 seconds left on the Bulls power play. Good hit at the line. That was Haynes. He fights for the puck. Just 5 seconds left on the PK for Rutgers as time expires. At the blue line, stopped. Great play by Campbell. Tried to get a pass. Couldn't do so, but he stayed aggressive on the puck. Had it for a moment, but lost it again. Off the glass, couldn't connect. Reagan will stop it as he puts on a stutter step. 2 stutter steps. Oh, and he gets taken out by a knee, but a penalty. Reagan a little slow to get up after the knee-to-knee contact, but he's been getting beaten up this game as he crashed hard into the post early in the second period, but good to see him getting up quickly yet again, as it looks like he's okay. No, he was going to stay out, but he will be going to the bench to start this power play. So 5:14 to go. Another power play for the Knights. Down by 1. Tie up on the draw. Bulls had it, but it was kept in by Haynes. Haynes at the blue line with Butchko. Butchko shot off the blocker, still in play. Stolen away and still with Rutgers. Hilliard, pass in front. Couldn't get all the shot, was Kada as it was wide. It's still loose and then just poked into the vicinity of Thomas. He will put a blocker on it as some more pushing and shoving after the fact. Now Reagan is out there for this power play opportunity. As he'll play in point. Bulls win the draw. Hard around the boards, but kept in by Reagan. Down to the hash marks. Fitzgibbon gets it down low, gets it back. His shot blocked and into the netting, out of play. Rutgers win the draw. Reagan faked the shot, gets it over. Now it's Fitzgibbon at the hash marks. Back for Reagan. Oh, he tried to do a quick pass, but he missed it, and it comes out. Rutgers will have to regroup. Still 1 minute left on their power play. Haynes makes a nice move to his backhand, now around the net. Still on his backhand. Gets it down low on the goal line for Campbell. Back out for Haynes, now Reagan. One-time shot and they score! Power play goal, and it is tied up. Patrick Fitzgibbon with his second goal of the night. No bigger of a moment than now to tie this at 6 apiece. .405 to go in the third, and we have a brand new game yet again. Back to even after the power play goal from Fitzgibbon. Nissan Garachi takes the red line, dumps it into the far corner. Rutgers showing some steam here. They're showing their energy. Pinned in the corner. Bulls come up with it and they move out. Tried to get a long stretch pass was Dovgan, but he whiffed on it. Tie up in the neutral zone. Play continues. 2-on-1 the other way. Tried to sauce a pass, but good strong back check from the Bulls. Now the Bulls move forward. Wrist shot into the glove. Easy save for Paltoof as he will cover up. (38-26) are the shots in favor of Buffalo. Bulls win the draw, sending it down low. Nissan Garachi was there first as he was tangled up, but they struggled to clear the zone. Good pinch there from the blue line was Durenja, but it's a chance now for Rutgers, but they will just opt to clear it in as they needed to get a defensive change. It looks like just Nissan Garachi needed a change after being tangled up. Reagan is still out there. He's with Haynes now as Haynes dumps the puck in. Tum tried to stop it, but couldn't do so as Kada's there first. He's hit and pinned against the boards. Fitzgibbon out there as well with Turner. Fitzgibbon was in his face, but Gallagher gets the pass and a glove save again for Paltouf as he will cover up again. 2:32 now left to play in the final period of regulation. Knights come up with it. They move forward, 2-on-2. Campbell goes crashing to the net. Pass comes to him as his redirect goes wide into the near corner. Hilliard comes in to help out. He's the third forward on this line. Bulls come up with it, and they move out. Long pass, nice play there by Armstrong to get that puck deep as he's tied up with Butchko. Hilliard comes in to help that puck out. 2 to go in the third. Tied up at 6. Battle for first place between University of Buffalo and Rutgers as there was no icing on a redirect. Bulls hold on and slow down as they were in the midst of a change right in front of their bench. Off the feet. Didn't have any reinforcements with them. It's a chance now for Rutgers. They were at the end of the shift as Hilliard would just take the red line, dump it in with 90 seconds to go. Bulls with it. Sakalowski sends it over for Peterson, who has 2 this evening. Nice play by Reagan to avoid his man as he was getting tangled up. Brings it in. His shot off the chest of Tum and still loose. Keita will slow it down at the red line and retreat it to Nissan Garachi. And then Reagan will backhand the puck in. 60 to go. Tie game. Bulls move forward. Chipped off the skates of Gallagher. Kept in. Fitzgibbon, strong defense. Butchko comes up with the loose puck. 45 left. Butchko dumps it in behind the red line. Campbell, didn't have enough to beat the icing. And it's an icing against the Knights with 37.8 on the clock. Bulls win the draw. Keep it down low. Haynes takes a hit, try to clear, 25 to go. Kept in, blocked, flutters into the corner. Haynes has it. Bulls were in the midst of a bit of a change, so Haynes was able to get it out cleanly. 10 seconds to go. Rutgers pushing forward. Nissan Garachi calls for it, gets it. Shot was blocked off the stick of Belt into the netting with 3.2 to go in the third. Reagan lined up right at the top of the circle. Nope, now moves over. Bulls win the draw, go to the corner, and that will do it for regulation. Ladies and gentlemen, we have some extra hockey coming your way. 6-6, tied up after 60 minutes. Wow. So, first period went to Rutgers. It's 4-1 after 1. Second period goes to the Bulls as they tied it up at 4 apiece. Early part of this third period went to the Bulls. They took their first lead, took the lead to 2 at 6-4, and then Rutgers came back after conceding 5 unanswered to tie this game up at 6. And that's how we're here as we have a brief moment for the guys to gather their thoughts, come up with a game plan before we have overtime. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. 5 minutes, 3-on-3, just like you see in the NHL. 3-on-3 hockey. Shots are 39-27 at the end of regulation for Buffalo. And Buffalo wins the draw. Deandra pressured by Sek. Peterson and Leahy are the three Bulls out there to start overtime, as that was just past the reach of Peterson. Rutgers slow things down. They have Haynes, Sek, and Reagan. Haynes brings it in. Gets some speed. Keeps it protected. Goes wide and a chance for Sek, but it bounced off his stick. He still has it. His shot goes off the side of the cage, still with Rutgers, as Haynes retreats to Reagan in the neutral zone. All about possession here in overtime with 3-on-3. Whole lot of ice out there. Haynes back for Reagan, back to Haynes at the goal line. Sek scoops up the loose puck. He sends it around, cycling over to Reagan. Right off the bench, it's Butchko. Butchko slows it down as the rest of his mates change. Out off the boards and will retreat is Fitzgibbon into the neutral zone, trying to keep this same threesome of the Bulls out there. And they do so for the time being, but the Bulls come up with a much needed steal. They were able to change just one. Now Deandra will retreat as he'll get some reinforcements and he'll go for a change himself. 3:15 to go in overtime. With speed, out wide off the post! Gavin Dock rings one off the post, still with the Bulls. They switch sides in overtime, so a long change just like the second period. This side was good for the Bulls. Will it pay off here in OT? 2:45 left to find out. Haynes lost it. Sprawling was Campbell, and it made the shot through right off the midsection of Paltooth. Haynes strong on the forecheck. He's been out for a while. He needs a change. Bulls have the puck. Rutgers able to change. Bulls move forward. Good move by Williams into the corner. Out for Vestbland. Excuse me, that's Belt, wearing number 5. 2 minutes left in overtime. Bulls have it, slow it down, and they take it out of their zone. Let's keep possession. Oh, excuse me, they blew the whistle for offside. They said he went over and back. Marshulo had something to say with the official, didn't think that he went over and back, but the official said he did. 1:55 to go in OT. Face off in front of Buffalo's bench. Tie up on the draw, Bulls come up with it. Tried to make a move, couldn't do so, was Marshulo. And out the other way is Campbell into the slot. Good back check from Marshulo, denying any shot opportunity for Campbell. 90 seconds to go in OT. Long stretch pass into the corner. Belt shot in front, and they score! Bulls take the game as Marshulo scored the first one for the Bulls, and he scores the last one. Buffalo wins this first game of this doubleheader 7-6. These two teams will do battle again tomorrow at 2:45 Eastern, but this is a tough loss for Rutgers as they go to console Paltouf after he was a little bummed. You could see it in the crease, but it's a team game, and that's why you got to lift your guys up. Tough loss after being up 4-1 after the first. Bulls came in strong in the second. Rutgers tied it in the third. Overtime it needed, and the Bulls capitalized. 7-6 Bulls final score. These two teams again do in battle tomorrow, 2:15. Thank you guys, or 2:45, excuse me. Thank you guys for tuning in. My name is Michael Nistico. We'll see you tomorrow.